In the previous video, you would have seen that we put the request through to the traveller for the traveller to confirm that request prior to the booking being approved by the travel approver. This is an email that is now sent to the traveller, and it's asking them to approve the booking before it actually goes off for approval. So the traveller would click onto this information here, and it's saying here the authority to proceed with business travel. The traveller would then scroll down and have a look at the actual booking that's been made for them, and they'll see here that we've selected the Singapore airline airfare to Singapore. We've got the information as far as the flight details are concerned, saying that we've booked the hotel in Singapore, but the booking with the hotel has been made through the conference organisers. It's also giving us information about the budget. And all the details as far as the budget is concerned. It tells me also some partially self-funded for the conference fees. So as a traveller, I might be happy that that's what's going to happen. And so what I need to do is go through and I need to check all the items so that I've read and understood the travel policy. I've arranged for cover while I'm travelling. I've understood that I might be travelling to an extreme or high risk rated destination, and I've reviewed the cost estimate of the travel. I understand that staff travelling internationally must complete and submit a travel diary, and I acknowledge that I may be required to complete an EH&S risk assessment form. I then will select the travel activity checklist. I'm doing some conference. Now you only need to provide information about what you're doing on the business part of the travel. So I'll just scroll down there. I've selected the conference. I then save that activity. I then close the window, and I can now accept that travel request. And it's saying to me, are you sure you want to submit this travel request? Now it's going to go off for approval, and then I select OK. And it tells me that your travel request has now been submitted for approval. So what the workflow is from here, it's going off to the travel approver, which is a HR delegation level 2 and above within that org structure of that particular traveller, and the travel approver will now get the email. So the travel booking has now gone off for approval, and that has actually been approved, and you can see how that's approved in video number 5. So what we'll do here is, the first you'll know that the booking's been approved is via your email. So we'll just have a look at our email, and you can see here that our travel request that we've arranged has been approved. So we'll click onto that, and it'll give us information about that particular booking, and you can also have a look at the approval from the request, so by clicking on this little icon here. So as the travel arranger, we'll go back into the system and we'll log on as a travel arranger, and we can see here that that booking that we've done, 495, has now been approved. This little icon appears here, and this little icon is information allows us to now approve the booking through to the travel agent that's made the booking. Now if you haven't made it with one of the preferred travel agents, do not click on that icon, because otherwise it will go ahead and request that booking through the preferred travel agent. If the travel approver has sent any messages or any information back to you, you'll be able to retrieve that information through here. You'll also be able to have a look at the travel diary if the travel diary has been updated by the traveller. The other bit of information, you can go back to and actually look at the booking and have a look at the information. You'll go to the confirmation page, and you'll see here the booking can be submitted for approval if that's being required. So you can unsubmit that booking for approval. So we'll go back to our home page, and we'll see here our little icon. So we can now submit that to the travel agent. It confirms that I want to book this request, and we'll send off, and we can see here that the booking has now been requested, and it tells us a message that the travel requisition has now been mailed to the travel provider. So the travel provider in this case is University of Melbourne Travel, and so they will now book and confirm confirm that trip and send us the travel itinerary and also electronic ticket once that ticket has actually been issued. So that's it as far as the international travel is concerned. So there's 4 parts to it. So just to understand and just to go through it, so we need to put the request in first, and then we need to go to the travel agent for the cost estimates, and then we need to get the travel approved, or if there's a step in between that, the traveller needs to accept that booking, and then it goes off for the approval, and then once we've got the approval back, we then need to send the booking off to the travel agent so it can be booked.